The 42-day wait is over. The Scottish domestic season is back, and we are here to preview the opening round games for the Premier Sports Cup. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. I'm feeling passionate. I'm excited about this one. Just watched Braveheart. What a film. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing with your life? Stop watching this shite video right now and go and put on that 3-hour masterpiece. Right at the end, the Bruce. You were bled with Wallace, no bleed with me. You know, like, what more do you need on a Saturday night? Go and get that. Wait, is it Friday night? It's Friday. Fuck it. Doesn't matter what night. Friday night, Saturday night. You should be watching that film every single night, Monday through to Sunday. Go and get it watched, and then you can come back and check out this preview for all these Diddy teams. So yeah, let's talk about the Diddy teams. It's been a very quiet summer so far in terms of transfers. Not a lot's happened, to be honest. All the talking points are, as usual, probably revolving the two big teams in Scotland, the two biggest teams in Scotland. Obviously, Rangers have brought in lots of players. Celtic have kind of had that massive period where Ange left and then Jota left, but they bounced back with getting some key players signed to long-term contracts. But, I mean, other than that, not a lot's happened. Dundee United have lost a few of their key players, but we all knew that was going to happen because they got relegated. The squad was going to change up quite a bit. Motherwell have lost Kevin Van Veen and Max Johnson, but again, we knew that was going to happen. It's been very quiet. I was hoping for more. Aberdeen have made a couple of signings, have lost a couple of people, but not a lot is happening, guys, especially being a Hearts fan. It's like, fuck me, you're sitting here just waiting on a bit of news. Anything, I will take. Anything. I'd probably even take being a part of the group stage of the Premier Sports Cup just to get a wee bit of action and get a wee bit of excitement, because right now nothing is happening. But of course we know that the teams that are in Scotland are not part of the Premier Sports Cup. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I kind of would like every team in the top flight to be taking part, and I get it, they can't really take part because these games are happening at the same time the European games are happening, so it would be a fixture congestion, and I totally get that. But I feel like the big teams in Scotland, obviously the two Glasgow teams, then you've got your Hibs, Hearts, Aberdeen, they're the teams that are most likely to be in Europe, let's be honest. Aren't the big teams already got enough advantages before being guaranteed a spot in round 2 of the Premier Sports Cup just because they finished high up in the league last season? I don't really like that. I do think it's a bit flawed. I like the group stage. I do think the group stage is good. I think it's like a lot of people call these pre-season games. I don't see them like that, but I think they're like important friendlies. Let's call them important friendlies. You know, it's a cup at the end of the day. It's a cup that has been transformed into a group stage, and it's fun because now we're getting lots of ties, and you're normally getting like at least one Premier League club, a Championship club, a League 1 club, and a League 2 club. So the groups are very mixed, and the small teams are more often than not, getting a big tie, you know, against a team for the top flight. So I do like it. I think the concept's good. The only thing I don't really like is the fact that the teams that finished in the European spots aren't in the group stage. Now, could they change that? I'm not entirely sure. It's also good that they have a couple of spots available for teams from the Lowland and the Highland League. I do like that. And this year, we are joined by Albion Rovers and Cowdenbeath from the Lowland League and Brecon City from the Highland League. So essentially 3 teams that have been relegated in recent years. I mean, why these teams? I'm not too sure how they get in. Does it go on who finished? I just don't get that, because surely I think Brecon City might have won the Highland League but not got promoted. Now, maybe Cowdenbeath finished second in the Lowland League and then they're giving another spot to Albion Rovers because they get relegated. I'm going to assume that's the case. I'm not entirely sure. But we're going to go through these matches. I'm going to give my predictions, and what I'm also going to do is I am going to stick a quid. Yes, I am going to stick a quid on the predictions here. And if it wins, guys, guess what? I'll be fucking rich, and I'll PayPal every single one of you that liked this video £100. How about that? So I'm going to stick a bet on here. Oh, how many games is there? How many games have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 16 fucking games, man. That's a lot. That is a hell of a lot. So, yeah, let's get into them. Have I counted correctly? It is 16, isn't it? Aye. It's 16. That's all right then. Here we go then. Up first, we've got Stenhousemuir versus St Johnstone. For me, it's got to be a Saints win. I think Saints will win. I think they'll struggle this season. I think they could be in a relegation battle. I really do. I'm sorry, St Johnstone fans, but I do see your side being down the bottom of the table. But I do think you're good enough to beat Stenhousemuir. I'm going to go with St Johnstone to beat Stenhousemuir by 2 goals to 0. So I'm going St Johnstone, guys, 2 goals to 0. Up next with Stirling Albion taking on Ayr United. Felt a bit sorry for Ayr United last season. I believe that they should have done better. They should have at least... I think at one point they looked like they could have won the league. They looked like they were going to go up, and then it just kind of did not happen for them for one reason or another. I still feel sick for Partick Thistle on the final day. How the fuck did they bottle that against Ross County? I do not know, but I think Ayr United also did kind of bottle the league at one point. At one point they were looking really, really good, but I mean, you could say that about a lot of teams in the Championship. Everybody at one point looked good, and we all know how that turned out for most of them. So yeah, no, Ayr United I think will beat Stirling Albion. I went 2-0 St Johnstone. Guess what? I'm going to go 2-0 here again. I'm going to say Ayr United defeat Stirling Albion by 2 goals to 0. As far as I'm aware, Ayr United still have their big man up front. Akim Wani or whatever he's called, or the big guy that scores goals. He's a good player, so he's so good that I can't remember his name, but you get my point, guys. He is pretty good. I've got Peterhead, Group B now. Peterhead versus Partick Thistle. You know what? I think Partick Thistle will win again, but I'm not going to give the same prediction. I'm not going to give the same scoreline because that would get a bit boring. We're going to go Partick Thistle to beat Peterhead by... I believe Peterhead got relegated, didn't they? They're in the League 2 now. I'm going to go Partick Thistle to win by 3 goals to 0. There you go, guys. Partick Thistle, 3 goals to 0. The Spartans versus Dundee United. No, fuck it. I'm going to go 3-0 again. I see Dundee United winning by 3 goals to 0. So, yeah, shoot me if you disagree. And I'm sorry that I'm giving the same scorelines here, but I genuinely think that's what the scorelines will be. Brecon City versus Livingston. A lot of people think Livingston will struggle this year. I mean, I don't. Well, what do you mean in terms of struggling? By struggling, do you mean that they will not finish top 6? Then possibly, I can definitely see that. I'm not saying they'll even be in a battle for top 6, but I just don't see Livy being in a relegation scrap. I really don't. Even if they lose a couple of key players, I just think Davy Martindale, time and time again, every single season, always gets the most that he can out of the squad, and I think they'll do that again this season, and I think they will beat Brecon City. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win here for Livy. I'm going to say Livy beat Brecon by 2 goals to 0. Up next, we have Clyde versus Hamilton Academical, and this is going to be my first, I believe, it's going to be the first game where I do not pick the home side or the away side, but I'm not going to pick the home side either. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I'm going to go Clyde 1, Hamilton 1. I think this one could be a boring 1-1 draw. Group D, Kelty Hearts versus Greenock Morton. Shout out Chris's Morton's TV. What a guy. What a guy. Will he watch his team win against Kelty Hearts? Possibly. I say he will. I'm going to go Kelty 1, Hearts, Greenock Morton 2. So there you go. Big Morton there. Shout out to Morton. Stranraer versus Ross County. Ross County is so lucky to be in the Premier League this season, in my opinion. I think Malky Mackay, though, will do better than he's done in previous years. If he doesn't, then I think that for a manager of his calibre, now, I've not got a clue what Malky Mackay is on, but I do think that Ross County, whatever their budget is, for a manager, I believe Malky Mackay would be on the higher end of that. Let's put it this way. I think Malky Mackay will probably be the highest paid Ross County manager in their history. And he's not really delivering the kind of results and the kind of season standings and performances that you would expect. And I'm not saying that they play bad football or anything like that, but more often than not with Malky Mackay, they're not exactly pushing on. I think they should be trying to look to break into top 6. And we're not really seeing that. Last season, they held on to the league by the skin of their teeth. So I'm going to go... The teeth even have skin? I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go with Ross County to beat Stranraer. I'm going to go 2-0 to the county. Or in Malcolm Mackay's case, could be a cunt. I don't know. 2-0 cunty. Moving into Group E, we've got Airdrieonians versus... You know what? I actually don't mind Malcolm Mackay. It was a wee joke there, but fuck it. He's alright. He's never done anything bad to me, so I'm alright with Malcolm Mackay. Airdrie versus Dumbarton. You know what? I'm from Airdrie, so I'm going to go with Airdrie here. Airdrie will beat Dumbarton. Dumbarton are a shower of shite, and I'm going to go with Airdrie to run away with this one. I'm going to go 4-1. To the Airdrie. Big up the Airdrie. Best bakery in Scotland. Christie's Bakery, or the Bonbons, whatever it's called. I don't know, but it's got a great bakery. Pretty much all Airdrie's got, but, you know, you can't ask for too much in life. Tommy Robinson was in Airdrie once as well, albeit he was in court. That's probably where he spends most of his life, in court, but... I mean, even Tommy Robinson came to Airdrie, so he recognises that Airdrie is a great place to be, minus the 10 million stabbings that we get on a daily basis. Moving on to the next game, Inverness Caledonian Thistle versus Bonnie Rig Rose. I'm going to go with ICT here. I don't see any other result other than an Inverness Caledonian Thistle win, and I'm going to go with Caledonian Thistle to win this one by 3 goals to 0. 3 goals to 0. Group F, we've got Kilmarnock versus Annan Athletic. Kelly, I think Kelly need a big season this year. I'm not saying Derek McInnes is under pressure. I'm not saying that at all, but I kind of expected him to do better. And last season, I predicted Kelly to finish top 6. Maybe that was being a wee bit too optimistic, but I think people hold Derek McInnes at a slightly higher level than they do the average Scotland manager in the Premier League. I think people look at and I'm not saying people view Derek McInnes at like a top level, but I think people definitely look at Derek McInnes at a higher level than the other managers in Scotland. I'd say he is probably looked at as just the tier below good enough for Rangers and Celtic. I think that a lot of people view Derek McInnes in that bracket. They view him better than mid-table, but they don't quite view him as a Glasgow manager, so to speak. But I don't know, I thought he should have done better with Kelly. Will this be the season that Kelly kick on? I think it will be. I think they'll definitely do better than they did last season. Can they make the top 6? I don't know, but I do think they beat Annan Athletic, and I'm going to go with Kelly to win this one by 3 goals to 1. Raith Rovers versus Dunfermline. The Pars. Big up the Pars. I need to try and think of Dunfermline supporters. Who can I give a shout out to? Who can I shout out on this? David Buick, the only guy that I like listening to on Scottish football. What's that one? That's a channel called Talk Scottish Football. Yeah, he's only good guy on that, in my opinion. I mean, I don't mind Ryan 118. He is a bit of a prick, but you know what? He's a good prick. The rest of them are all boring bastards. No offence, guys, but I'm sorry, but yeah, Ryan 118's alright. But David Buick, he's the knowledgeable one. He's the one that actually has no life and just spends his entire day researching Scottish football. So if you want to know stuff about Scottish football, then probably listen to David Buick, because he seems to know everything. He's like an encyclopedia on Scottish football. So, like I said, I am going to go... I didn't give him a prediction. I'm going to go Raith Rovers. Big Raith. I'm going to go Raith Rovers now. Dunfermline 2. Big win for... Oh, and big shout out to... What's that other kid called? What's his name? The guy that's just disappeared. He liked Tonic wafers or Tonic caramel wafers. Anyway, he's a pretty good YouTuber. Fair play. Shout out to him. Ben 1885 or some shite like that. Group G now. We're moving into Group G. We've got East Fife taking on Queen's Park. I actually don't have a clue who's going to win this. I'm going to go with Queen's Park, but you know what? They fucking bottled it big time last year. They should be ashamed of themselves. I'm almost ashamed to pick them, but I am actually going to go with a Queen's Park win here, because I do think Queen's Park will win. So, yeah, Queen's Park. I'm going to go to pick up a 2-1 win. Elgin City versus Motherwell. I'm going to go with Motherwell, but you know what? I think Motherwell will get relegated. I know it's early. I'm not going to confirm that prediction right now, but in my opinion, unless Motherwell get some players in, then I think they are in trouble. That is my prediction for the season. But right now, I'll go with another 2-1 win, this time to Motherwell. Moving on to Group H, the last group here. Last but certainly not least, we've got Forfar Athletic versus Cowdenbeath. I'll go with... I can see that being a 2-2 draw. A 2-2 draw between Forfar and Cowdenbeath. Let's get that in there. Cowdenbeath. I wonder what the beef tastes like in Cowden beef. I wonder if the cows have got any, like, I don't know, special pepper on them. You know, like, get a wee bit of spicy mixes or something like that. I don't know. Does the beef taste better in Cowden? I don't know. And Montrose versus St Mirren. I'm going to go with the Saints to pick up. They did sign a guy for Northern Ireland, though, so that probably means they're shite. I mean, if you're signing non-Irish players, then you're in trouble. But I'm going to go with St Mirren to win by 3-1, guys. That is my prediction. That is what I think's going to happen. We'll quickly run through the score lines, and that will be the end of the video. So I'm going to go St Johnstone 2, Stenhousemuir 0. Ayr United 2, Stirling Albion 0. Partick Thistle 3, Peterhead 0. Dundee United 3, the Spartans 0. Livingston 2, Brecon City 0. Clyde 1, Hamilton 1. Morton, Greenock Morton 2, Kelty Hearts 1. Ross County 2, Stranraer 0. Airdrieonians 4, Dumbarton 1. Inverness Caledonian Thistle 3, Bonnyrigg Rose 0. Dunfermline 2, Raith Rovers 0. Killie 3, Annan Athletic 1. Queen's Park 2, East Fife 1. Motherwell 2, Elgin City 1. 4-4 2, Cowden Beef 2. And finally, St Mirren 3, Montrose 1. There you go, guys. 16 minutes of me talking pure pish. Hopefully you enjoyed that preview. And I wasn't lying about the sticking a £1 on it, by the way. I truly mean that. I'm actually going to go and stick £1 on it. I would stick more, but let's be honest, these predictions aren't really worth shit, and it's not really worth losing any more than £1. But if this wins, we will be fucking rich. And like I said, get liking this video, get commenting this video, and if this 16-time accumulator comes up, you will be getting PayPal'd £100. You can't ask for much more than that. It's never going to happen, but here, you can dream. You can dream, guys. Everybody loves to dream. Dare to dream, as they say. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you tomorrow for the review. Probably, if there's any games on telly, I'll maybe do a match review of a certain game. I mean, who knows? Maybe I could get an illegal stream. I don't know what game I'm more excited to see, to be honest. Maybe pick one. Maybe just pick one out of a bag and randomly watch it. And then, of course, tomorrow night, we'll do a review show, go over everything, and yeah, we'll look at who starts off the season the best. This is the first game, guys, of the domestic season, and I'm kind of excited to see who can do what. Anyway, that's it, guys. Catch you in the next one. Till then, being Fog Football. Peace.